Hello and welcome to Afterlife Connections Therapy. I'm Dr. Jeffery Smith. I'd like to talk about non-local perceptions today and how that correlates or is connected to this form of therapy that I invite you to take part in and book an appointment right here on the webpage with me to have an afterlife connection. So non-local perceptions are very simple. If your mind, your body is in one place and you're perceiving what's going on around you, that is a local perception. So your body being in one place and your mind being connected to that place in time, and also being able to gather information and have sensory experiences from another place would be a non-local perception. Our government in the United States first developed a technique called controlled remote viewing back in the 60s when they were very interested in the Chinese undersea warfare program and how they were developing their submarine fleet, and being able to train people to see what kind of submarines, how many submarines, how they were training and everything, without actually having spies on the ground in China watching all of that, was a way to get this information and help us prepare for the future as far as how to combat that or how to strategically be aware of it. So essentially, I ask people to do bilateral stimulation, and one of the techniques is simply putting your hands on your shoulder blades and tapping with one finger on one side, another finger on the other side at a very slow pace. We call this the butterfly technique. You can certainly do this by tapping on your legs or even moving your toes up and down alternately in your shoes. So that's the actual logistical part of it. You have your eyes closed at the same time, and the mind will then begin to go into a mild trance, and you allow it to have an outside of the body experience. Now, of course, the whole time this is going on, the ego in the left brain is busily chattering away that this isn't happening, that you're making it up, it's just your imagination, and blah, 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 blah. So we have to just allow for that to be part of the experience. Meanwhile, in the right side of the mind, where we have our emotions, our feelings, our connection, our ability to tap in and have an experience with God, with angels, with spirit guides, with past lives, that's the side that opens up to the infinite, and we're able to connect with the things that I've just mentioned above. So we actually have a dual modality of experiences happening at the same time. And that's where a lot of people get confused, or they're not really sure what's happening, because we're so busy in the Western Hemisphere. We're so used to just listening to our left brain, because that's what we're taught in grade school. We're taught the ABCs in math and science and chemistry and biology, and we're really not taught meditation. We're really not taught how to sit with ourselves and just tune into and receive the information and the data that is coming to us in a powerful way, in a very, very experiential way, in the right mind or in the right hemisphere. So there's the essentials of how this works. I have taught this at many different locations and to many different people in over a long period of time. Kids can do this. They nail it every time because they either have more faith or they just haven't been trained as long to think that this isn't possible. So with adults, we just have to practice until the time arrives at which you're aware that there's this busy, chattering mind happening on the left side, but you're able to just deal with it in a similar way that you've heard the cars driving by as I'm shooting this video. And right now I'm aware of crows in the background that are clamoring away, and there's probably somebody on a walk nearby on the other side of the wall that I'm shooting this video from. And that's okay. We can just continue to hear these words and stay tuned in and stay plugged in, all the while this other stuff is going on. I'm even aware of a little fly that's flying around right now in front of the camera lens. But that's okay. We just keep pushing in. We keep going. We keep just being open to what's showing up in the right side of the mind. So again, this allows us to go back and explore past lives. It allows us to connect with our departed loved ones. It allows us to move out of local time and space into the future, that we could tap into and see our future lives, or we could see the life between lives, and we can certainly connect with the wisdom that comes to us from our departed loved ones. So I invite you to make an appointment with me. You can do that right here on the web page. And I look forward to working with you and connecting with you in a virtual space. We can do that on Uvu or Skype, and open up to the infinite to get the questions answered that you have. Thank you for tuning in, and I look forward to seeing you soon. So long.